How you doing, guys? My name is Derek, and today I'm going to show you how to use the Foxwell NT204 scan tool. We're going to check live data. We're going to be reading codes, clearing codes, and I'm going to show you just about all the functions I can here with this little scan tool. Let's get right into it. All right, so here we are plugged in to the data link connector. The key is turned on, and this is the screen that you will see. All right, so there's a couple different options: setup, about, review, DTC lookup. Let's just start with setup here real quick. So you got your language you can change, configure your monitors, unit of measure, you can change the beep, self-test, and there's an update mode, so you can update it as needed. There's a couple other things you can do in here, but we're going to mainly focus on where it says OBD2 EOBD. All right, so that's where you're going to clear codes, read codes, and view live data. So again, the key's on, you just hit enter, it'll start communicating with the onboard computer. Might beep at you a little bit, that's okay. Middle status is off. 0 codes found. All right, so here's your diagnostic menu. For those of you who have a check engine light on and want to read the codes, you simply right on top, you go to read codes, you hit enter. You can go to stored codes or pending codes. It doesn't matter, depending on your situation. You can check both. This vehicle runs good. There's no codes in the computer. Here, I guess I'll just show you real fast. Read codes, stored codes, and it will say no codes are stored in the module. Erase codes obviously is self-explanatory. You just hit erase trouble codes. Sure, we can erase them. There's no codes there, but erase done. So that's how it would look if you were to clear the codes in your computer. There's a bunch of different things we can do here. The live data, we're going to get into that one here in a moment, but let's just scroll down. You can change the unit of measure. I believe it'll check the modules present. The vehicle information. Turn key on with engine off. Yep, that's done. And I believe it'll show you the VIN number. Yep, calibration ID, vehicle identification number. Let's just pull the VIN. There it is. I believe this is going to be the calibration ID, guys. I believe this is the flash programming that's in the computer, and there it is. So if you want to check to see if your computer needs to be updated, there you go. I believe that's what this is here. All right, so let's back out of here, hit yes. All right, so here's your diagnostic menu again. And live data, we're going to get there in a second here, guys, but I just want to show you here your component tests. I believe you can run some tests. This particular vehicle only supports the Evap test. You can run an Evap test on here. This is an 08 Toyota RAV4. Might be different depending on your vehicle. Onboard monitor test. There's emission readiness monitors. So if you're in a state that has emissions and you want to check your emission readiness monitors to see if they're ready, so that way you can pass emissions. So it's giving you two options. Since DTCs are cleared, actually I just cleared them, so they're probably not going to be ready. Or this drive cycle. So we haven't even driven it yet since we cleared it. So let's just go take a look. Fuel, okay. Evap, incomplete. Right above it here, where it says cat, incomplete. O2 sensor, incomplete. Heater oxygen sensor. I believe that's what that means, heater. So for your oxygen sensors, so it says incomplete because again we just cleared them. So I should have plugged in here before we cleared them. They all would have said either okay or ready, but we'll drive it around a little bit and they'll reset themselves. So anyway, we'll go back out of here. You can view the freeze frame. If you have a check engine light on, the computer will take a snapshot of the live data and it will store all that information under freeze frame, so you can go there and take a look at it. So anyway, so here's live data. We're going to go to this one. This one is really interesting. It's going to give you a ton of great information. So we're going to get in depth on a few parameters here that I think is very important. All right, it's going to go ahead and communicate with the computer again. It's going to pull all the parameters. All right, so view data, record data, or playback data. So we're going to go ahead and complete data set, or you can do a custom data set. Again, you can change your unit of measurement here. If you want to just pull certain parameters, and I believe the advantage for doing this is that the update rate will actually be faster when you have just a select few rather than all of them. So that way you can see them like in real time. So if you're driving around and you want to get a quick update rate, I believe if you just go to custom data set and you just pull a select few, it'll update a little quicker. But right now we're just going to go to complete data set and we're going to pull everything. So this is everything that the car's computer has to offer. It's basically going to show us. DTC count 0. That's your diagnostic trouble codes 0. Your load, engine load, is at 0 because the engine's turned off. Your engine coolant temperature 185 degrees. Short-term fuel trim, long-term fuel trim, and those are helpful. With fuel trim diagnosing. If your engine's running rough, you can check your short-term and your long-term fuel trim. And of course, if you've got a check engine light on, anything related to your engine coolant temperature sensor or circuit, you can see that parameter right here. All right, engine RPM. This is a really good one. All right, let me tell you why. So let's just say your vehicle is cranking over and not starting, and either you believe the crank sensor is bad, or you've gone out and you've checked for spark under the hood as someone is cranking over and there's no spark. What you can do is you can come back in here, you can pull up this parameter, and you can look at or watch this engine RPM parameter while you crank the engine over. All right, so if the engine's cranking, it should display some sort of engine RPM right here. All right, so it should show you. Right now the key's on, engine's off, so there's no engine RPM. All right, so let me just show you real quick. When I start cranking, I don't know how fast it's going to update, but let me just show you real fast. Ready? There you go. Boom. I started cranking it. Immediately it showed 256 or 246, and then idle went up and then went back down. All right, so if you're cranking and cranking and cranking, and there's no engine RPM, you're going to want to check your crank sensor. And some vehicles, some manufacturers use the crank sensor and the cam sensor to determine engine RPM. So again, on some vehicles you could also have a bad cam sensor if that's not reading. All right, so I'll leave the engine running for a little bit. Intake air temperature, mass airflow sensor, your throttle position percentage. You're going to have some sort of percentage, even if the throttle plate's just cracked a little bit, or even if it's, I think even if it's closed, it's going to give you some sort of reading here. Runtime, and it just gives you a bunch of great information here. Some of the stuff, like this guy right here, some stuff I've noticed that it just doesn't make sense, and I don't know why, and it doesn't flag a check engine light. I wouldn't get too concerned. It might be a software issue. I wouldn't get too concerned. Evap percentage, I believe that might be your purge control valve, or showing how much it's actually purging. So maybe if you have an evap code and you want to see if the purge valve is being commanded, you can watch it right there. The barometric pressure, that's an interesting one. Normally you don't really look at that one, especially with Toyotas, but let's just say for some reason you have a drivability issue, or you have a code indicating something related to the mass airflow sensor or the barometric pressure. You can come in here and you can take a look to make sure that's reading correctly. You can just compare it with your weather app on your phone and just make sure that, hey, it's reading what it should read. I know Ford's had a big problem with their mass airflow sensors, and the baro pressure was always off. And a lot of times too, if you're trying to do an emissions test, or you're trying to pass emissions, if your readiness monitors are not running, the computer needs to see certain conditions in order to run these readiness monitors. And the barometric pressure, along with many others, needs to be within a certain parameter for that readiness test to run. So again, you can see that through here to make sure that's right. So that's an important parameter. Let's keep scrolling. Your oxygen sensor, that might be your that might be the heater. Your heated oxygen sensor. Let's take a look here. Let's keep going. Cat temp. I could be wrong on that one. Oh, it gives you your Evap. Let's go back. Your Evap pressure. That's kind of, if you have an Evap problem, big problem with Toyotas, you're always getting Evap codes. You can use this to check your Evap system. I believe that's telling you, if you look 14.8, let's go up to the barrel. I believe that's your barometric pressure here. Yeah, there's a part on your Evap system. I'll have to look it up here, but it needs to know the outside barometric pressure here, and I believe that's what that's reading. APP percentage, your accelerator pedal position. So again, guys, it just gives you a ton of information here to help you diagnose any sort of emissions related issue, drivability, performance related issue. Again, this is on an 08 Toyota RAV4. You can use this with, you know, any vehicle out there, 1996 or newer, as long as it has that OBD2 diagnostic port. You can plug this Foxwell, this little gizmo in here. Vehicle speed, if you got a bad, I think you got a bad speed sensor. Obviously we're in park, so we're at 0, but if you're driving along and this doesn't match, well, then you certainly got a problem you got to look into. So that'll help with your diagnosis. Again, your engine load and your DTC count. So there's that. There's a bunch of good information here that you can get from this little guy. And again, it's real easy to use. And and brings you back to your diagnostic menu. And if it has freeze frame, you can go there. Again, your emission readiness monitors. This would be your misfire monitor. It's okay, engine's running good. Your converter monitor, this is incomplete. There you guys have it. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned a lot. And again, this is the Foxwell NT204. This is a great little scan tool to pick up, to use quickly and efficiently, to take a look at some live data, read codes, erase codes, and to get some stuff done here to figure out what's going on with the vehicle. All right, guys, so there you have it. There was the just about full tutorial for the Foxwell NT204 scan tool. Real easy to use, real quick, fast, efficient. You can read codes, clear codes, view live data for several reasons. Diagnostic purposes, if your engine's not starting, or if you have a check engine light, you can read these individual parameters. Or if your readiness monitors are not being set, or not running for any reason, you can pull up live menu and you can read the individual parameters: engine coolant temperature sensor, the barometric pressure, read your accelerator pedal position sensor. There's just a ton of information that it gives you to help figure out what in the world's going on. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll put a link below. If you're having an issue with your vehicle, the readiness monitor is not setting for any reason, you're having a hard time getting these things to pass, go ahead and click on the link below, and we'll send you the correct drive cycle for your specific vehicle that I think will really help out. So, and also link below to this Foxwell scan tool for you as well. So thanks for watching. Have a good day, guys. Bye bye.